Hello, and welcome to Accept Angelic Help. I'm Nancy, and this video is going to discuss recognize signs the angels are with you. So I want to thank you for tuning in to my series, and I'm hoping that by this point you've had some conversations with the angels. If not, decide to try. It will be life changing for you. So, as we cannot see or hear angels, as we sit on our couch or in our chair and talk with them, I want to give you some things that you may see but not realize that it's a sign from your angels letting you know that they are nearby. So you can be walking through your house, you get in your car, or you can even walk down the sidewalk rather, and you may find a penny or a dime. It might be on the floor, it might be on your car seat, it might be on the sidewalk. That's a sign the angels are near. You also may find a feather. That's another thing angels leave. Or you may be outside for an extended period of time and notice that you have a butterfly that keeps flying around you. Or they might send you a dragonfly. I've always heard the dragonfly is a messenger. So these are things you have to be observant, as I mentioned. Notice that these things are happening, and don't ever walk by a coin you see and not pick it up, because those are all signs that the angels give you to let you know that they're near. Sometimes a feather or a coin, that may be a departed loved one that's also letting you know or trying to let you know that they are with you. So you may experience this happening to you, like you're walking to the table from the stove and you drop a whole plate of food or a bowl of food, and you're like, oh no, and now you got a really big mess to clean up or whatever. But that can also be the angels. They can be taking that away from you because something in that food was bad, and they're taking it away from you before you actually got sick from it. So it's a good thing, and it's also another sign that shows that the angels are around you. So sometimes it may be a little different. You may notice that a book falls off the shelf or the clock falls off the wall. This is the angels really trying to get your attention. So when you give yourself time to just sit and be, and when you're talking to the angels, you may all of a sudden feel really warm, like this warm feeling comes over you, and you just feel really comforted. Or sometimes you may just have a quick shudder, you know, it's like, whoa, it's just a couple of seconds. Or you actually be able to feel like you're being hugged by the angels and you can feel their wings. So those are all signs that the angels are near and you've connected with them. So just keep those in mind and recognize that dime you see in the seat of your car when you go to get in it, that it wasn't there before, or you feel warm all over. That just means the angels are with you. So as you continue to talk to your angels, you may find even more unbelievable signs that you know and feel it's the angels. Or again, they could be departed loved ones visiting. So I can tell you that in my experience, I have seen white lights show up, and usually at night, usually in the middle of the night. I look out in my hallway, which is really dark, and I just see this white light in the hallway. And it lasts, probably under 5 seconds, but that's just my angels trying to get my attention. So I can also tell you that I've had other signs, and sometimes I do a Zen night and I turn off the TV and I just light my candles. I don't have lights on. I just sit in candle lights and I have my fountain on. I might have a little music playing, or I might have scent chips burning. And one night I was doing a Zen night, as I call them, and I was sitting in my chair and really not thinking of anything. I was just sitting and I was just being, and I felt a hand squeeze my forearm. So I knew that was the angels, or it was my mom or somebody. But as long as you're not afraid of it, those signs will appear. So those are all signs that your angels are near, and that's what you're looking for if you want to recognize that the angels are there. So I'll give you another true story of my life. It happened back in May of 2019. I had taken a nap. I love my afternoon naps, and I don't take them every day, but this day I did, and when I woke up I was fine, and I walked into the bathroom, and while I was in the bathroom I started noticing that the crease of my elbow started itching. Both elbows started itching. Then my wrist, then my earlobes, then my head. And I wasn't sure what was happening, but I knew this itching wasn't right. So I thought, I'm going to go out to the kitchen. And being a diabetic, I thought, I'm going to check my sugar, but I don't think that's what it is. So when I got up to walk down the hallway, I started noticing pink and purple crystals showing in my vision. It sort of looked like when Glenda appears in The Wizard of Oz. It sort of looked like that, just all these little crystals throughout and around me in my vision. So I got to the kitchen and I took my sugar and it was fine, but it was a little low, and I got me a glass of juice, and I kind of felt like my tongue was swelling. And I drank the juice, and I actually drank it with a straw, so I knew that my throat wasn't closing up. But I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I'll admit I was really scared. I didn't know what was happening, so I just sat in my kitchen and I'm just like, angels help me. I don't know what this is, but help me. And I just had to put my head down, and I thought, I need to get out and get to the couch where my phone is. So I sat up and I just couldn't move. I had to put my head down again, and I sat there for another minute or two, and I'm just like, angels help me. And I got up again to go get my phone, and again I just put my head back down, and I'm just praying the whole time. It's like, help me, I don't know what this is. So with that I started getting really clammy, and then I sat up and I got up and I thought, I'm gonna get to my phone now. And I got up because I hadn't been too steady on my feet while this was going on, walking to the kitchen. But when I got up, I realized that the crystals, the pink and purple crystals, were no longer in my vision. And as I was walking, I felt more confident walking. And I got to the couch and I called my sister. And I think we both knew this was something really happening to me, because she asked if I wanted her to come over, and I said, yeah, you could come over, maybe bring some Benadryl. So she did come over, and it was shortly before her 40th wedding anniversary, and her and my brother-in-law had a trip planned to go away for the weekend, and this was on a Monday. And I knew I must have sounded really bad on the phone, because when she got here, she asked me, she goes, do I need to cancel my trip? Because neither one of us really knew what was happening to me. So I was getting better, and I told her, no, I don't think you have to cancel your trip. And I said, I am starting to feel better and stuff. So I think, we'll be okay, So that night, when I really felt a lot better, I emailed my doctor, and believe me, I didn't leave out a detail of what happened that afternoon. And my doctor wrote back and said that sometimes blood pressure medicine can affect people in this way, but since I had been on my medicine that long, he didn't think it was that. He thought I was having a reaction to an inhaled allergen. So he told me the next time that happens, I should probably get myself to an emergency room. So, point taken. But anyway, I sleep with a lot of pillows in my bed. And the next morning, when I was making my bed, I noticed that one of my pillows was gone. I have a snoring pillow that I bought that I prop my shoulders up on. So that was the pillow that was missing. And I put that together with the inhaled allergen or allergic reaction to that. And I thought, I wonder if something in that pillow changed, or if all of a sudden I developed an allergy to it. But that pillow was gone. It was nowhere. I got down on the floor, I looked under the bed, I looked behind the headboard, I looked behind the nightstand, I even looked behind the dresser across the room. That pillow was nowhere to be found. It wasn't in my apartment anywhere. And I even asked my sister, I said, you didn't by chance take that pillow? And she said, no, I didn't take the pillow. So that pillow was gone, and it was gone for months. So in September, I have a neighbor, and they were moving from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 1-bedroom apartment. So they asked if they could come take some measurements in my bedroom so they could do their space planning, and I said, sure. So they came, and I grabbed the tape measure, and I went to the head of my bed so they could measure. And when I did that, I looked behind my headboard, and there was that pillow. It was just like somebody had just set it up against the wall. So the pillow came back. So I think the pillow leaving was the angels took that away from me because it was bad for me. But then going through maybe a little doubt of angelic existence, which happens from time to time when you're asking for something and nothing's showing up. I think the angels brought the pillow back to prove to me that miracles happen every day. So believe that story or not, I know it's true. It happened to me. And I stand by that. I know I'm not crazy. I know that pillow was gone for that many months. So miracles do happen. They can happen to you. I know miracles have happened to me. So the point is, once you start looking for signs, you're going to see more signs. And then you're going to see even more signs. And you'll have no doubt that the angels are near you. You will get messages all the time. Sometimes you might hear a song and there's a line in that song that triggers a memory, or it reminds you to do something. It may be a line from a TV show or a movie, but those things aren't coincidence. Those things happen for a reason. And another thing is maybe you hear the same song over and over. You get in your car, you turn it on the car, and the radio comes on and there's a song playing, and then they have commercials, you change the channel, all of a sudden you're hearing the same song. When that happens, you need to listen to that song or look up the lyrics to that song, because there's a message in that song that the angels are trying to get through to you. So those are all signs. We just need to recognize them, that the angels are doing. So I want to thank you for watching and enjoy your journey. I'll see you next time in the video, Good Habits and Practices. I want to thank Evan Maxwell for helping me get these videos out to you. And I hope at some point you decide to try to talk to your angels.